What's up, everybody? This is Wellness Week Live. Okay, today Magnus is in Cali. I'm in Jersey, and let's talk about hand gel. I have a lot of friends of mine that use hand gel incessantly, and I tell them, I go, listen, you got to use soap and water, not antibacterial, not antibacterial soap. Regular old, good old fashioned, just regular soap and water. And hand gel is okay if there's nothing around, but it can cause a lot of problems. It's
Hmm.
not something to be really used. Honestly, I used to use it all the time, but let me read you the list over here. So it dries out your skin, which makes you more susceptible to get more bugs and viruses because it dries it out. You get cracks. Um,
Yep.
it kills the good bacteria, by the way. You
Yep.
need bugs on your hand, microscopic bugs. Most of them are good. Only like whatever, a small percentage are bad. And then chemicals. It can just, the sanitizers, hand sanitizers can affect hormone disruption. It can infect, cause problems with your what do you call it? Your
Endocrine system.
Yeah, right, exactly. It's also flammable, and it's ineffective against greasy or dirty hands, like dirt. And it doesn't kill all germs, by the way. So, but soap and water does. So, Magnus, what do you think?
Yeah, I think people are like pretty poorly educated when it comes to hand health and what you need to do with it. And I think a lot of people are falling for the hype of using these hand sanitizers and things like that. And um, I mean, it comes down to actually using soap and water, like you said. It's way more effective and for hand health in general, and uh, in general health also. We have noticed that when people take care of their hand health better, we have way less risk of getting all sorts of diseases, colds, viruses, and so on. Um, and I do still see a lot of times when you definitely should wash hands that people don't. For instance, when you go to uh, visit the bathroom, or before you are supposed to go eat or handle foods and so on. And I don't know. I mean, for me, I've been in the food and restaurant industry. I've been in a lab for a long time and so on. So for me, it's kind of second nature of taking care of your hands and not poking yourself all over your face and other places,
Right.
cavities and so on.
Yeah.
Um, but I mean, I think that a lot of the hand gels, and especially when people starting to go, oh, it's antibacterial and so on. Um, it's actually like you said, it's not good, and I think it also gives a lot of people up like what's the word I'm looking
Well, sense of
for? A
security.
false sense of security, exactly. That they think that it's so great, but it isn't.
Yeah.
And it has a lot of like you said, negative effects as well too. Like it kills off the good bacteria that is very important for our skin health.
Right. Yeah. And soap and water, using natural soap and water, wash the actual germs away. Natural soap and water remove bacteria, viruses, dirt, and grease, where hand gel doesn't.
Yep.
And natural soap and water can kill or take away norovirus and other parasites,
Hmm.
so that hand gel can't. And how that works is natural soap breaks the barrier of the lipid barrier of those viruses, and leaves, again, a lot of the good bacteria on your hands, where hand gel doesn't. Hand gel is like a nuclear bomb. It's a carpet bomb. It's not.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
only if
mean,
you don't.
it takes out everything.
Right. Yeah, and only if
It's
you're.
like, yeah, and then also adding in that certain people think that they should use some anti microbial hand sanitizer, things like
That
that too.
exists.
Yeah, or
Oh
at least it's
shit.
used to, but I think they most of the companies start doing it because they saw a rise. I mean, it actually increases that a lot of these things becomes resistant to
Yeah.
when it comes to antiviral and antibiotics and so on. So I think it's very important to understand when to use those things, and most likely you shouldn't be using them for general, like everyday use.
Right. Yeah. You know, if you're in a jungle or a desert, there's no soap and water. That's one
Yeah,
thing. But yeah,
yeah. No,
you
I
shouldn't be
mean,
using it every day. It'll make you more sick.
yeah, definitely. If you don't have any other options, I mean, it's a good option for once in a while. But like, strive of I'll be able to wash your hands like in the old good old fashioned way.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I know it's not sexy, but there you go, folks. So use soap and water if it's available. And yeah, I stopped using a hand gel. Like my cut down by 98%, and I get or I
Yeah,
use the wipes, natural wipes that are made with
it's
water, no chemicals. And yeah,
I find it very interesting as well too that a lot of the products that you see has a very high alcohol content, like it's
right,
90% and so on. What people
right,
don't understand is that there's this sweet spot actually where, if you're just talking about pure like alcohol, um 70% alcohol, if it's ethanol or isopropylene or whatever you use in
right.
propanol, is um it's actually where it kills off bacteria the best. For instance, that's what we use when we're looking at, like, in a lab to microbiome, when we're spraying everything down and killing
Right.
everything. 70%, because um you have enough water to slow down the evaporation, so the contact time will be longer with a 70% alcohol mix than a higher or a lower.
Huh.
So that's, yeah, so that's actually important to understand. And I always push that, like, when people, oh, higher is better or whatnot. No, it's not actually. Like I said, 70%, it's shown that's the sweet spot when the water content actually like slows the evaporation, so it actually has a longer contact time with the surface and more bacteria dies off. So if you're using it, for instance, if you're spraying down a surface or things like that, make sure that you're trying to mix it to a 70% mix.
Interesting. All right. Very
Yeah.
good.
So
Well,
yeah, and also like that actually saves you money, right? So
true.
you're yeah. So instead of spraying it with a high content 95% or higher, you can actually use a little bit less. So a 70% mix.
Nice. Okay,
Yeah.
good advice. All right, folks, you heard it. So watch out with that. Those hand gels, they're not all the rage, you know. So, Magnus, thank you as always, everybody. Tune in for more great content we got coming up. So watch it with those hand gels, folks. Okay, I'm signing us off.
Bye,
Over and out.
Anthony.
Later, buddy. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bye.